So we got to start something right now. Democrats don't seem like they got a plan. Republicans don't seem like they got a plan for us. So how the hell you gonna vote for them? Make them earn that vote. They can start today. They ain't got it yet.
Good morning, all you red-blooded, hard-working American citizens. Welcome back to my table. So I want to tell you a little bit about how I have some hindsight before everybody else did when it came to the pandemic. It's pretty amazing how fast time is flying by. It's February 26th, my first official week with not working for a crappy corporation. Anywho, so there was a thing that went around. I was out in the middle of the woods when I was listening to Rush at my car one day, and he's talking about how Donald Trump said something about some calm before the storm. Now, I was sitting in my car in the middle of the woods, which is almost like heaven to me. I miss it. Can't wait to go back. And Rush Limbaugh played a clip of Donald Trump, some big news thing. Here, I'll show you.
You guys know what this represents?
Tell us the
Maybe it's the calm before the storm.
What's the story?
Could be the calm before the storm.
What's the number?
We have the world's great military people in this room, I will tell you that. And we're going to have a great evening. Thank you all for coming.
What storm is it?
You'll find out. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
So right there, Rush was playing that. All I could do was hear it. But when I heard what he said, I got this overwhelming feeling of joy. Because I've been telling folks for years, sooner or later they're going to come after us all for the same thing. And that's exactly the overwhelming feeling that I got. And it was actually peaceful. It was exciting. It made me feel happy and fortunate to be here at this time. Because when he said that, I do believe he was warning us. Now, people like a Sean Hannity and a Rush Limbaugh, they're like, what's he mean? Like ISIS or Iran or, what's the storm? Trump didn't tell you. He said, you'll find out. That's exactly what he said. That leads me to believe he knew that COVID was going to accrue. Because that actually, I guess when I pulled it up, it says 6 years ago, right? I heard it early 2019 from my car. So I went around and told everybody I hold close to my heart and everybody else. I'm like, it's finally gonna happen. I'm so super excited. And they're like, what, Mark? What's gonna happen? And I'm like, they're going to finally affect us all for the same reason. I was just thinking back then, Americans. They're like, oh, how are they going to do that, Mark? And I'm like, I don't know. And I don't know when. But just hearing those words come from that person, that was a warning. So I know they're going to affect us all for something. I just don't know when, and I don't know where, and I don't know how. All those who, what, where, whens, and whys. But I was so super excited. Then we got COVID. Now, I want to show you a little blast from the past. One of my earlier videos. And this is the way I was talking back then. Me, I will put myself in a group that would be called an independent. The only reason why is because Democrats are bought and paid for by lobbyists, by the wealthy people. Republicans, bought and paid for by lobbyists, by the wealthy people. The Green Party, bought and paid for by the almost wealthy. Any group that is out there, what I can tell you is there's good people and then there's bad people in every group. That's why I'm an independent. And as an independent, I refuse to be part of any group because I know that there's good and bad. And I refuse to accept the bad for a little bit of good. All we have to do is all good. And that's the only thing I want to do. It's part of the reason why I spent the last 2.5 months out here at Mohegan learning, seeing what our national forest is like in my state. So, and sadly enough, I've been helping people, but at the end of the day, I shouldn't have. Well, I shouldn't have had to, because we should have had our shit together, or they should have. But it's not like that. I know how to actually get the job done. Does it take a lot of hard work and sweat? Yup. And I'm willing to put it in. I'm willing to put it in for all of you. Because I love everybody until they give me a reason not to. GoPro, stop caption.
When there's nothing.
So that was 4 years ago. When I was staying in the woods. Definitely a wonderful experience. Peaceful. A great place to collect your thoughts. But that's what I was saying back then, preparing for this year. Now, when it comes to Trump warning us, because he did warn us, if you actually knew what was coming down the pipe, but instead everybody's just like, nobody knows. He won't say anything. He won't tell us why. But then I watched that man basically hand the keys to the Ferrari of our country over to Dr. Fauci and the World Health Organization through an executive order. Now, I took them down. Oh, okay. This is how I can get there. So on my website, you can just scroll down, friends, about, photos. This right here. And I can zoom in. So the second one, we the people insist the removal of the executive order powers from the president of these United States, and no person within our government or abroad, folks, shall be able to have such powers over the citizens within these states. That's number 2 on the list of things I definitely want to get past for the future of your children. Because at the end of the day, Donald Trump didn't have to sign that executive order. He could have said, not a chance, you stupid pricks. Have to pass it through Congress. And then through the House. Then you got to pass it through the Senate. And then it has to come to my desk. And you know what? I'm going to veto it. That's what Donald Trump could have said. And then, honestly, people, what they have the opportunity to do within our Constitution is they have another vote on it to where 75% majority has to pass it, vote yes for it, and then that overrides Trump's veto, which actually very rarely, I think maybe only once accrued, but by all means look into it. Now, we've had plenty of time, folks, to see the outcomes of what COVID did. It's been 3-4 years now. If you actually look, instead of just listening to what the mainstream is telling you, sadly enough, and most of your doctors, then you'll realize that there is more than enough research that's already been done. And we definitely are should be concerned about the future of the people who actually got the vaccine. Biggest eugenics experiment ever perpetrated on the planet. Now, I definitely enjoy a good speech. I definitely enjoy somebody talking about all the things I hold dear to me and all the things I want fixed. Donald Trump has been an entertainer his whole life. He's been part of the club his whole life. Now, I hear most of his rallies, probably more than you people that want to vote for him, and you're going to vote for him, which is fine. We ain't got nobody else, I guess. You want to be a winner, chicken dinner? Trump has been being set up to win. Heck, since Biden's first year. We totally know everything that happened over the last couple years. But, like, we don't want that to happen, but they keep on doing it anyway. And no Democrats nor Republicans are slowing it down. We already have history, evidence that Donald Trump, instead of doing what most of us wanted him to, which would have been, if we knew about it, him signing an executive order to hand over all powers to Dr. Fauci and the World Health Organization. Now we definitely know, we got enough evidence, shit, people dead, that was not a good idea. What confidence do you people actually have when you vote for him? I'm not telling you not to, not even close. I'll tell you not to vote for Sherrod Brown and the other Republican that is running for this United States Senate seat, and vote for me. Because at least I'll be up there looking for your best interest compared to them. They're bought and paid for. They're controlled by the lobbyists because of money. Who's got all the money? The globalists, the elitists. We all know this. We just have to start talking about it more. We have to start sharing these messages so that way they can see the data that says we're not playing stupid no more. So, everything Trump talks about, I'm on board, son. Definitely. But I am not on board with some of the things they're going to tell him to do. And because nobody with any logic up there that seems like they got a heart and soul, nobody guided him the other way. Both Democrats and Republicans, boom, signing on the dotted line to make all that COVID crap. Yeah, you might have heard them complaining about it, but they never offered a solution. When it came to the Republicans, oh, we can't pass, we can't give this money out. They never exactly said why. Come to find out, we know that the biggest corporations in our country got most of that pandemic money. And all of them actually used it the wrong way. I even went to snow trails that year. Talked to some regular folks like us, regular Joes. Dude had a ice cream truck. And he's not allowed to go sell ice cream. He got some of that money. And just coasting by with an ice cream truck. So it paid his way. He was snowboarding. So whatever. Teach their own. Kudos. All I'm saying is if you don't want that type of thing, like the keys to our Ferrari being handed over to some non-elected bureaucrats that are overpaid, underworked, and I just don't like the ideas they have to spend our money, by all means, help me. Share this message, folks. Hope you got something from it. Good luck to all, and to each their own.